By the order of the heinous Lord Snotsax, I demand that you pathetic slugs release the prisoners now, or I shall devour your souls! Sorry, is that okay?
So every classic cartoon has its iconic episode, and then they have the ones you forget. Today, I'm going to be telling you guys about one of the most iconic episodes that really stood the test of time, and then maybe one of the weakest episodes that really bogged down the season. What's up, everybody? It's Johnny Toons. Now it's time for hands down the funniest season of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends Season 4. The last normal episode of this is called Make Believe It or Not, episode 11. The reason it's the last one is because 12 and 13 is Good Will Hunting. You know, that TV special? So we're gonna save that for the finale. But this is the last normal episode, and it actually is about Goo this time, which is cool because, you know, she doesn't get that many episodes, but at least it's more than the Friends this time. So one day at Foster's, Blue and Mac are just playing on their game when Goo comes to visit. Right when she gets there, the entire house loses electricity. And you guys, I hated when this happened when you were a kid. Like, if you didn't have your video games or, like, TV to watch, it seriously was a bore.
And I am the mortal enemy of all screaming space nut boogies! I thought you didn't want to play. Change my mind.
So Blue is like, let's play with our imaginations, which is something your parents would tell you to do, but Goo actually makes it sound really fun. Unfortunately, her problem is she keeps imagining up friends so they don't have homes and then they have to go live at Foster's. So that's her big issue. She tells them that she's actually worked through that and now won't do that anymore, which is actually really awesome. So everybody gets to play this imaginary game, and they're all imagining themselves as superheroes.
I am Lord Snotsack Super Meaty Beady Baron Von McNasty, unsavory leader of the vicious Space Nut Boogies. Tremble at my laser-powered robot arm of doom.
It's kind of scary because the pictures that they use to, like, illustrate their actual superpowers are so grossly graphic. Like, look at this. Everybody gets to make up their powers, and it just definitely reminds me of, like, coming up with rules on the spot that can counteract other people's rules, and it's, like, not fair sometimes. Goo and Mac and Blue get into a fight because they have a bunch of different armor that they keep making up that she's not able to beat.
Special anti-time freeze deodorant that makes... but time...
And then we follow Goo into her home, which is kind of funny because, you never get to see this side of Goo's life. She's, like, really distraught that she can't figure out how to beat Mac and Blue in this imaginary game. And then the next morning she wakes up, turns out she imagined everything they played that day, and it's all brought to life.
Uh-oh.
Gosh. So yeah, then there's a bunch of villains that are trying to kill Mac and Blue because she lost this game, which I wish would happen every time I feel I was unfairly treated in a game. So these villains end up tying up Mac and Blue, and because Goo said that she was a major pop princess, they bring her on as if she's about to have a performance.
Goo?
I'm pretty, and I like to twirl, and don't be mad at me, Mac. This is an accident,
So she tries to apologize, making all of the enemies even angrier at her, so she gets kicked out of the basement while they torture Mac and Blue. Oh my gosh. So she needs help from the rest of the house to try to break them out, and they don't really know what to do until she realizes they could just dress up Wilt as the head villain, since he was the head villain. I don't know why she didn't imagine him, but okay.
Sorry, but could you please release the prisoners? Please?
Deeper and more commanding.
So he goes in and comes out, and he's still, like, apologizing like normal Wilt, but he's, like, embarrassed because he can't stop the evil people. He's like, oh, I need to help them because it's one of their birthdays, and I'm, like, laughing. Goo has a brilliant idea to get Mac and Blue to just assume their imaginary superhero roles, and they'll have access to all of their weaponry and everything they were talking about earlier, which, as you can remember, they beat Goo, so you'll know that this will come out correct. Once Mac and Blue are able to come up with this confidence, all of the imagination stuff starts to work, and it's cool because it separates imaginary friends from imagination in a very unique way. And of course, Blue and Wilt have to duel, which is so funny. And yeah, Blue keeps insisting that he's not just a sidekick, and that's his whole thing this episode. He's, like, very important on that reputation. Meanwhile, Eduardo is the one to inevitably stop all these villains by creating all this good food. And I can't believe that's even how it ends.
Mine is caterpillars and cheese. Mine is knuckleberries and sneeze.
Mine's chocolate banana screen. It is?
They reward Eduardo being in charge of everybody, and the whole episode is solved. I was not expecting that happening at all. So yeah, that's Make Believe It or Not, and it's really cute to have an episode that really focuses on the foundation of what makes Foster's so good.
Hello? No, there's no Kathy here. I said there's no Kathy here. Oh, you're Kathy. Never heard of you.
Remember how I said Blue is really messed up through these next couple episodes? Yeah, number 7, Bus the Two of Us, is also him being a giant jerk. It starts off with him and Frankie doing a bunch of chores, only for Blue to be upset because apparently none of these chores were something he wanted to do. I don't even know why this guy volunteered to go.
Why would I pay to take the toll road when I can take the road I'm on for free? Oh, Frankie.
Everyone knows the best things in life aren't free.
He's obsessed with the toll road and being able to pay to go on another highway, which is so funny for him. And yeah, he's just disrespectful toward Frankie, he's inconsiderate about the fact she did all the work, and he realizes that she left the key in the bus. But he doesn't tell her, he just takes it upon himself to go for a little joyride. Oh my gosh.
Maybe just once more around the block. That was just practice.
Gosh, this is like my nightmare. I feel like before I learned how to drive, I was always having like scary dreams about having to be put behind the wheel, not know what I was doing, and you know, like being on the highway. That always freaked me out. And that's what this exact episode does to me. It almost feels like my nightmare come to life. And Blue being so nonchalant and like almost not caring just makes it so frustrating for everybody involved.
But you can't even see over the steering wheel. How are you not crashing into other drivers?
Who says I'm not?
Blue, we gotta get this back to Foster's now!
He ends up picking up Mac, who's just playing cars with his friends at school, and yeah, Blue can't even see above the steering wheel when he's driving down the highway. This is like pushing Mac to the ultimate limit, because how in the world is he gonna get away with this? Mac is too young to drive, he can't even help the situation, so he is just a victim to Blue's deadly crusade. They're about to kill people like multiple times, leading to these insane action sequences, and sometimes I'm just like, I want to go back to Foster's. I want a less stressful episode. He even gets enticed trying to street race him, which I did not see coming. Later, they find out that they are in the middle of nowhere and completely lost. Oh my gosh. The stakes get added when Eduardo finds out that they're having a mattress sale, and he's so insistent on wanting to get there right then and there, and that's actually pushing Frankie to like get on the bus and take us there, which would actually get them caught. So Mac enlists Wilt to help them stall in time for them to get the bus back so Frankie doesn't see what's going on. And Wilt is scared of lying. It's so sweet how he like just can't look at another person and tell a lie. So he ends up trying to trick Eduardo into recounting his money, and everything just goes haywire.
Hey, Eduardo, what's with the piggy bank?
Didn't you hear? Prices are slashed. No money down. No interest until next year. I guarantee best deal in town on new mattress. Why? Because he's loco!
Keeps finding a reason to get onto the bus. They get Coco to pretend to be sick, and that actually helps save time really well. When Eduardo realizes he can't go on the bus, he decides to go himself, which means he's just like that determined. Mr. Harriman ends up seeing that the bus isn't there, so they lock him in a closet and ask Goo to imagine another Mr. Harriman to stall for time.
So, what do you think, huh? Pretty good, huh?
But he's a badger.
Ah,
Mr. Harriman is a rabbit.
don't be ridiculous. Rabbits have floppy ears and big feet and fluffy tails and long whiskers and... Oh.
Meanwhile, Blue and Mac have to go to the bathroom, so they go to a pizzeria, but they can't use the pizzeria bathroom because they're not working there, so both of them get jobs there. Don't know how realistic that is. With Mac and Blue still going down the highway, they find themselves about to go through the toll zone, which is insane because Blue wanted that all along. So annoying. Of course, Mac is like telling him not to do it because that would only cause more problems. And you know what? This gives me anxiety as a driver. Like, getting tolls paid is so important and you do not want to get a ticket. But right as they're about to throw enough money, you think like they're about to have it made, but then a cop starts following them.
Negative. Didn't go in.
Blue hands the police officer Frankie's ID and tries to claim that he's her, which is just downright ridiculous.
I was a real heifer back then. Lost quite a bit of weight. And I got a new haircut. And I usually wear glasses.
Meanwhile, Wilt pretends to be Mr. Harriman, and that's not working out at all. So Goo comes in just to help stall as well. Turns out Blue has been picking up passengers all throughout this bus ride, and it's crazy that he's getting away with this. I can't believe how long in this day they're probably gone with the bus before anybody's noticing, and Wilt must be doing a good job keeping it a secret because it's really going through. Goo imagines a Mr. Harriman wrong like 3 different times, and I think it's so funny using her as like collateral to have that happen. So later, Blue and Mac and Goo come walking in, and Wilt is like, yes, finally, I could let this go.
Boy, am I glad to see you two. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Okay, so it's gonna be a few more minutes.
Mac?
But we find out that these were also imaginary friends imagined by Goo, just to stall more time. Oh no, so they're screwed at this point. The one Blue speaks Japanese, and this Mac has like a crazy tongue, and I can't believe they came up with this. This is so funny. Blue tries to ditch Eduardo on the road as they're driving past him, but, you know, Mac actually talks him into helping him. So they get Eduardo, and then they go to the mattress store of all places. Oh my gosh. And then they have so much fun at the mattress store with Eduardo taking his sweet old time.
Lovely weather we've been having.
Would you be interested in a free sheet set?
Do you have something in pearl?
Mac is trying to get back to the house because this has gone way too long and everybody's going to get in trouble if they don't get home soon. But they end up making it. They finally get home, they make it look casual, as if they're not going to get in trouble, and you start to cheer for a second until you realize that everybody they hurt has followed them to Foster's. Yeah, so they are in big trouble. And that's how the episode ends, like literally with Blue getting in trouble and Mac fainting. I don't usually talk about the end credits scenes because they're always so fun, but this one has to be mentioned because it's just Frankie listing everything Blue did wrong.
Anything to say for yourself.
Menkyo nai no ni unten shita?
And then we find out it's just the Japanese Blue. So regular Blue wasn't even here to get this speech. Can you imagine? Funny episode, funny time. But poor Mac, he's really getting the worst of it all. So those are the iconic and forgot it episodes of this season. If you agree or disagree with any of my opinions, feel free to comment below. But until next time, everybody, for more Johnny Tunes, don't forget to check out my channel where I do retrospectives and deep dives on old classic cartoons from the 2000s. Or my regular channel where I focus on Nickelodeon and Disney Channel TV shows. Have a great day!